Welcome back to Just Banter. Obviously, we don't have a studio. I'm in between studios right now.
So look at Johnny's closet.
So looking here, we're in my room. We weren't sure if we were going to do any guests here, but last minute we just decided let's have a guest. So I had to improvise, and we have a guest today. It is our sister Elizabeth again. Just kidding. This is our brother Jasper.
Welcome in, Jasper.
Thank you.
Yeah. So this is kind of weird because I have multiple cameras all in between us, so we're very disconnected and it's very claustrophobic, but we're gonna try our best to make it happen. My camera is a telephone, so and I have it rigged up with my car magnet mount.
Wait, that's what that is?
Yeah, I have it just pushed on to a light.
Should you even have your phone next to a magnet like that?
That's fine. It's built into the phone. They've designed it around it.
I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't get how magnets work.
Some metals are well, what's up? And some are mm-mm.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's okay, what's the whole thing with hotel keys, those cards? And if you have it next to your phone, it clears it? Or a magnet, it clears it?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I love the
Come
question.
Come on, big brothers.
So I don't know how Bluetooth works, bro. I'm not a geologist.
It's in the air. Something in the air.
I was gonna say I just know that magnets were never supposed to be around any type of electronic device.
Yeah,
but
right?
now most mounts are made with the magnets.
Yeah,
I think that was based off of it was based off of old chips and old screens that would affect the frequency in it, but we use a whole different technology for screens and shit, so it doesn't affect it like it used to. Yeah, but that's the thing. It's the same thing with phones being next to cards. The same as it's the same tech as the tap to pay. Yeah. It's the same thing of people walking around with little devices, and they'll walk by your phones and then try to connect to your Apple Wallet or whatever I was hearing.
Yeah, that's pretty insane. I mean, even when we did the podcast with Jason Murtha, he was telling us, because he's a coder, and remember when he was telling us about how anyone can hack into your phone if your Bluetooth's on?
Yeah.
If they're good enough, they can hack into your phone if your Bluetooth's on.
It's really easy to hack in your phone.
Yeah,
from what I've heard.
But I'm I gotta hop in my car and have tunes play instantly. What do you want me to do with no Bluetooth on all the time?
I know. Every time I turn my Bluetooth off, I'll get in my car. I'm what the fuck is happening? I put my AirPods in. Why is this connecting? And then I remember. And then I'm dude, why did I have such a short fuse?
Well, that's why Apple has the quick on and off. It just shuts it off temporarily.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, me and Johnny were just seeing that because, our new phone update, you know how AirDrop used to be, anyone, contacts only, or off? Mm-hmm. And now it's, anybody for 10 minutes. So that it's not, you can't you can't have people hit you up.
And
that's actually pretty cool.
There's got to be a reason. Something happened, or people were hacking shit too easy.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Super weird.
Maybe we started a trend going to BJ's and airdropping random.
That's what I was about to say. So situations like that, I know a lot of people who airdrop shit.
Okay.
Like that, especially Poobet.
I don't want to I don't want to change it too much, but we have Jasper here, and I just recently shared a nice little story about Jasper that I laughed so hard that my face was numb the rest of the podcast.
I talked to Jasper about it too.
But here's your chance, Jasper, to say your side, to clear your fucking name.
I think this is kind of messed up.
Jasper, you try to send me to the gallows, all right? Too young, bro.
Me and Johnny, just real quick to intervene, me and Johnny just had a podcast, and I was talking to him about something he did, when I was younger, and he was just damn, I feel like shit for it. And it was just yeah, in my memory, I was what a dick. And, he was I don't care. And then now he's oh, what a dick. And so it's just, thinking back to, situations when you're a kid, I remember you said you hated that memory. But if anything, like, you were just looking out for your brother, you know?
Walk us
So
through.
I wanna-
Walk us
yeah,
through. Like,
I wanna-
set
I wanna-
a story like I did.
I don't want to
So-
make you feel too bad about it.
I don't remember. I did not remember why I was chasing you. I just remember that I was chasing you.
I don't fully remember why you were chasing me either. Being honest.
But once it happened, I did think you were going to get seriously hurt, and I was preventing that,
You were
So-
saving my life, dude.
saving your life by killing you. You know, that's I'll kill you now for the pain you're going to go through later.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
I didn't think that. I honestly did not realize what I was doing to you. I didn't realize that it was choking you. So,
Like, super brief, super quick for anyone that didn't listen to the other episode. Jasper's chased me through a play structure, and I went to jump off the side of like this slide thing. And when I went to jump off, Jasper didn't know that I was like had been learning to jump off it and like tuck and roll, and so he thought I was gonna hurt myself, and he like grabbed me by the back of the shirt like to save me, but it like fucking choked me going off the thing. Yeah, and then Jasper, I saw him cringe just now when I said that, and he still hates that story to this day.
you're not the only person to get choked out like that on that playground.
Yeah.
Before they redid that, I actually choked on a crybaby gumdrop. You remember those? From the
Yeah.
ice cream truck?
Yeah.
I
Oh
was
my God.
choking on that like
Yeah.
severely. And then Carlos, our old friend from the apartments, Carlos, he gave me the Heimlich
Oh.
and I spit it up.
Shout out
Kids are
Carlos, bro.
wild. Oh, that's insane, Jasper.
I was
Dude,
like
Jasper-
choking like super seriously, like I wasn't able to get it out.
I don't know who I was talking to. It might have been on the podcast, but might have not been. But I was just like, might have been around you. But damn, like, what a shitty way to go out. Like, really, like, fuck. Like, if you choke.
He's just a crybaby.
But like shit, like situations like that, like if I choked on something, I'd want people to lie about how I died. Like at least now I
Like
have
the
to
world's
state
greatest dad.
it. Yeah.
Terrible movie. I mean, not terrible. It's just not what we expected.
No, yeah, I definitely will never watch that movie ever again.
Ever again, bro.
Well, just like
Spy Kids talking about like poop porn and stuff. Jesus Christ.
What?
Oh,
The
God.
kid in it was from Spy Kids. He was the guy who played Johnnie. He
Yeah.
married to Megan Trainor.
Yeah.
And he was like talking about like porn. He was like really like he was a really weird kid. He was really into porn, and he was like talking about like Russian porn and like this weird like poop like shitting on each other porn, and then like he was getting to auto asphyxiation where he just choked himself with a belt while he masturbated, and he ended up hanging himself on accident and dying in the movie. And then his dad, who was a teacher or something, like a writing or English teacher,
I've never seen
he
this movie.
found him, and it was Robin Williams, and he found him and then was like, oh fuck, and then he like took the noose off and like
oh my God,
changed
wait,
it.
no way.
Yeah, he changed it to where he didn't want everyone to know that he died from like masturbating like that. So he did that, but then he wrote a note. He left a suicide note, but since he's like a really good writer, it like went extremely viral. And then everyone's like perception of this kid changed, and everyone started loving him. And he was really just a piece of shit. Like he was a really shitty kid. And like it was like it turned this whole thing where Robin Williams
isn't
was
that
having to go on
how
tour.
Robin Williams went out though? He hung himself with the belt.
I don't know what he used, but I know he hung himself.
He did hang himself. Isn't that crazy? That's something he. Oh my God, that is pretty. That is sorry. I didn't mean to bring it down, y'all.
I mean, we
No,
just
it's-
a little
I
morbid.
got quiet because I deal with stuff with humor, and I had a really killer joke, and if I could decide not to use it.
Yeah, yeah, but damn, that sucks.
But yeah, don't ever watch that fucking movie, dude. It's not worth it, bro. Just like Boy in the Striped Pajamas. Don't watch it. I mean,
Or-
maybe you should watch it. Maybe you should watch
it's
it.
a really good. I think it's a really good movie. I feel like it's also really good because it's I mean, you have this horrific thing happening in your country, and these kids who are on the good side, which is just basically the safe side because they're not Jewish,
Mhm.
and it's him not knowing because his parents never told him anything that's going on, and like ignorance is bliss, but it's like until your son goes to the camp and gets caught in it because he didn't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's a great film. Obviously, it's sad. And, like, in my head, also, The Lovely Bones is something that is extremely
I
sad
can't
and
watch that
disturbing.
movie.
But I think it's a great film. And
I mean,
think
visually it's stunning.
Stunning.
But the thing is like I've
well
seen the
done.
clips of like Mark Wahlberg. Like it's like just the moment he realized, like again to the TikTok thing where I watch multiple parts from a movie.
Yeah.
And there's so many movies I've never seen, but I've seen all the big parts because of TikTok, where it was like he was talking to the guy and he was like doing yard work, the guy that killed her.
Yeah.
And then it's like that's when he realized that he did it.
Yeah.
And I was getting so fucking angry
and
watching
you could
it.
see him.
He's such a good actor.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to murder him.
Yeah.
Like I really wanted to unalive this person.
Yeah.
And I was like, God, the great actor.
Yeah, but like even the ending is like satisfying enough.
Yeah.
You know how it ends, right?
I have no idea. I haven't watched it.
Okay, so if you don't mind, I'll tell you because I don't think you'll ever watch it.
No, I won't.
So basically, have you seen it?
No, but go ahead.
Okay. Basically, the guy, I'm not too keen on their names, but the main guy who basically kidnaps the girl.
Yeah.
Saoirse? Yeah, Saoirse. He has like this little tiny bunker in the middle of a field, and that's where he like has, you know, is like, come I need help, and it's like her neighbor, so she knows him. Anyways, he, you know, like rapes and kills her, and then they don't know where she went, so like her family, the dad, and then she has a sister as well, and the sister has an inkling, and so does the dad, and they both kind of, you know, have a vibe of like, oh, something's off with this guy, and something feels connected, and so the sister eventually goes into his house to find clues of her sister being there or being killed from him, and she does find some of her stuff, so she figures out that it is him, and so does Mark Wahlberg's character, kind of, you know, puts the clues together, and then once they are about to go and tell on him, basically, he grabs the suitcase and heads to the dump, and I believe it's a suitcase, or I think it might be a safe. No, it's a safe, and her body's in the safe, and he pushes it in. It's like just a time crunch of when that's gonna be basically gone to the world. Her body's gonna be gone, and I mean, like, I'll leave it up for you guys to like watch it because it's a really good film. It's quite disturbing, but it's really good. And so, anyways, I can't remember if they get there in time. I think they do, but the ending is him going, like, leaving, you know, basically scot-free, and he hits on this girl who's a little on the edgier side, and he starts like talking to her, and she's like, the fuck, you're a creeper, get the fuck away from me. And he's like, I'm a nice man, what do you mean, like, whatever. And she's like, no, get the fuck away from me, literally, who the fuck are you, get away, and like confronts him, and he's never been, like, you can tell he's a coward. And so he starts backing up, and he's on this cliff, and then he fucking hits something, falls down, breaks his head, dies.
Shit.
So, like, it's justified. He dies. And it is satisfying. But it's just, like, I mean, it gives me chills whenever I think about it. Because it's just, like, it's a horrific event. But it's, like, you also see her on the other side. So she's dead, but she's around her family. She's trying to help someone find her body.
You can just move that pillow entirely, Jasper.
It's good.
It's a really good film. Yeah, and I can't boost it too much because it is so fucked up.
Here's a thought, is like, because I'm thinking about the visuals of it. I don't know how you do that too. What is it in any way like if Wes Anderson was to remake Prisoners and this would be how he would do it?
No, I don't. It doesn't have the because there's a lot of shots with Saoirse, and it's very like dreamlike sequence, so it's like high saturation and like. That's when she's dead.
No, I know.
So yeah, so it does have that aspect that you would get from like a Wes Anderson film, but I mean, like, maybe just from the cinematic look, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Of like it being kind of over glorified, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's also her heaven. Or kind of her in between, you know what I mean? Because she hasn't really left yet, but, oh, man. And, like, whenever I watch it, I have to skip. I skip the the part of him luring her in, because it just gives me the absolute I can't. It freaks me out. But man, and he like, it sucks because it's like, oh man, what's his name? He's in like everything. He's such a phenomenal actor.
He was in Burlesque.
Yeah, he's in Burlesque.
He's
It's the gay guy in Burlesque. You know who I'm talking about?
He was in the Hunger Games. He's the talk show host.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So him, he's the pedophile in the movie, and he does a disturbingly great performance because
he's a fantastic actor.
Once he comes on screen, though, you're uncomfortable. It's so crazy. It's really crazy. But yeah, I think I'm done with that movie. That movie's so good. It's a good one, but it's not.
All right, so Jasper is one of our. I'm just gonna do this real quick, and then I'll let you take. I know you're about to say something.
It was about a movie, but go on.
Is it written down on your phone?
No, it's in my head.
Okay. Go
on.
Okay. Jasper, you're one of our very few people that like we know listens to a decent amount of our Just Banters. What have been your thoughts so far since we revamped it and have video? I don't think you watch the video. I think you more so just listen to it. But what have you thought about Just Banter, how it is now versus how it used to be, and what's your feedback to us here in real time?
So yeah, I don't really watch the videos because I'm mostly driving when I listen to these.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say that you guys have taken more. It seems like more of a professional podcast from the beginning to to how the last like 5 or 6 episodes came out.
For sure. So like professional as in like how we like change through topics, or like just in just. I
would say in like sound quality, and having the video also like that. That's a whole nother realm because I have seen a little bit of the videos from them.
I have a question. I guess deeper into it about like context of like the context of the content that we're putting out. Do you think that you enjoy it because you are related to us and you like hearing what we have to talk about in our stories, or do you think like if you didn't know us, do you think it'd be entertaining, or do you think like we still have room to grow and we need to keep pushing?
We always have room to grow.
There's always room to grow.
Sorry.
I understand that. Yes.
Well, my bad. I'm just letting us.
You're good.
I would say, I mean, definitely, since you guys are my siblings, that's definitely plays a factor, but I would probably still listen to this podcast regardless.
For sure. Do you laugh at stories that aren't funny because you were there? Like, do you just laugh because we're just being funny?
No, yeah, I do laugh whether I was there or not.
Is there anything that stuck out in the last couple ones that you like chuckled at and like kind of have a reference?
I haven't listened to the very last episode. I haven't listened to the very last episode.
Oh, the one about how Katy Perry fucking sucks.
Yeah, I haven't listened to that one yet.
No, that's fine.
But I did think it was funny when you guys were talking to Elizabeth, who was not near a microphone, so you couldn't really hear what she was saying.
Yeah.
But you guys were just talking to her, and at one point it sounded like Johnnie was making fun of her a little bit. I thought that was kind of funny.
Me making fun of Puat? And before we started this podcast, I was like, hey, can we just dedicate 20 minutes to where we all talk about our grievances and our hatred towards Elizabeth? And then Timmy's like, stop.
That's how
I'm just kidding.
Because it's like...
I know.
I know you're just playing.
I know you're just playing. I get it. But at some point, Big Brother... I know this from experience. At some point and another, the Big Brother hatred is like, it either breaks from us like fucking cursing you guys, or you just get bored of it.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
We'll probably get bored, but
I love
she's still a teenager.
Yeah, I know.
So in our eyes, like, I mean, I think she'll always like. You guys always say that I'm like fucking 11, so just stays like she is a kid to me.
I'm not gonna lie, like since maybe just after high school, I've always pictured you, Tiff. You're always the same age as me. Like I always see us as like we're not twins, but like we're just outside the box of being Irish twins. But yeah, no, I always see you as the same age as me. I always see Pubat as 8 years old, and then like I'm not saying about how she acts. It's just because we held her as a
That's
baby
what
and I
I'm
remember
saying.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
So
well,
I always see her as like such a gap, and then I see a huge gap between Jasper and Ricky for some reason. They're both like 35 or 40.
I was gonna say, isn't it crazy that
not because you actually look like it or act like it. It's just when I think about age and feel like the feeling of the gap or the distance. That's might as well you guys might as well be that old because it's that big of a gap. Ricky D's the biggest because I never went to school with Ricky. At least with you, Jasper, like we were like there was times where like I was in 6th grade, you were in 8th grade, and then when I was 2 years of my high school, you were there.
Yeah.
Because I was a freshman, you were junior.
I was gonna say, aren't you 27?
Yeah.
I'm 28, bro.
So you're 28. That's right. Okay, so Marissa was asking me how old you were. I was like, I don't know. Like he's 28 or 29.
I'm turning 29 this year, but
I wasn't sure.
Come on, man.
You called him 34?
No, I don't think he's 34. I said I might as well be.
Kid's a youngin'.
I'm 1 year older than you. Like I'm a year and a half older than you.
Shit.
Are we closer in age than me and Tiffany?
No, I didn't. I just realized Jack's older than you. You just turned 27.
Yeah, no, I know.
I didn't. Well, no, I didn't realize that.
Oh yeah, no, I knew that because me and him had a conversation where I was like, "Damn, I'm about to be 27, bro."
Damn.
I was
So Jack's like right in the middle of both of you because his birthday's in August.
Oh shit.
Oh, interesting.
So
yeah.
You're a year and 5 months younger than me.
We're Irish twins.
No, it has to be 1 year.
Oh.
365 days.
Me and Tiffany are a year and 8 months. Me and Jasper
Irish
are closer.
twins is 18 months.
18?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was 12 months.
18 months. Look it up. Bet you I'm right. Oh, I got the phone.
That's crazy because me and Tiffany are. Because Tiffany was. You were born in 97, Tiff? Or 98?
Year to 97.
97, December 97. So we have March minus 3, that's 9. So 9 plus. That's a year.
Yeah, I was
Damn.
wrong.
So that's crazy. I didn't know that me and Jasper were closer in
Two
age.
children who were born 12 months or less apart. You were right, Jasper. Why did I think 18 months? Oh, because we're 18 months, I think.
We're like 18 or 19 months.
Yeah.
That's
the only reason I know that is because
you guys are closer in age than me and you.
Yeah, and I feel like the gap between me and Jasper are bigger, and it's
because he was always with Ricky D.
That's weird, bro.
I was like, me and you are not that far apart.
And Jasper always had a very assertive presence, and it comes with a maturity. Not saying that you're hella mature, because you weren't.
Tell me why this boy...
But he was always... You know what I mean? Like, you knew what you wanted, and, I mean, I feel like I always thought of you as, like, big brother who knows. You know what I mean? So it's like...
I remember Jasper back in the day...
that'd be good if you did.
This is such a weird thought. Back in the apartment number 8 in Antioch, I remember in that little dining room where we'd have all our toys and shit, I remember... You were so much better at fake Spanish than me. And I would hate it.
Fake
I wanted to like pretend I was speaking Spanish, but I couldn't do the gibberish. His gibberish, but Jasper's gibberish sounded so much better than mine. Like I wasn't clever enough to come up with better gibberish.
Dude, doesn't that suck when you feel inferior to your older sibling? It's awful, man. Johnnie won't let me win shit. I can't.
Do you remember that, Jasper? Do you remember speaking fake Spanish back in the day?
I do not, but I know like most of my talking is like gibberish. So.
Maybe you're just excited trying to speak it out.
I just try to speak a little faster, and that's what it comes off as.
That's so fucking funny. Oh my god.
You think by the time we're all like 80, we're all gonna be mumbling?
I mumble now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, imagine us when we're hella old.
Oh my god.
And we're just gonna call each other. And then we'll know exactly what we're saying. But we all can't hear.
We're gonna have Elon Musk's freaking Neuralinks. We're just gonna like talk to each other telepathically.
Dude, no, we're all inching our way to Helen Keller state. Like,
dude, honestly. Oh my god, I watched this podcast where this person like I was like be like, was Amelia Earhart that great of a pilot? Like, where is she? And like, they let her fly? And they're like, what do you mean?
Isn't she a woman?
Yeah, isn't she blind and deaf?
Oh my
he's
god.
He's like, I'm gonna give you a second. You wanna think about that? Somebody on a podcast, you wanna think about that?
Yeah.
Amelia Earhart. Yeah. Just think about it for a minute. She's blind and deaf. And then they were like, dude, it's Helen Keller was playing.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
I was just thinking, I was like, we're all like, Grandpa Rick right now and how he talks.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're all gonna be like. We're gonna be
Well, that's why I have Elizabeth in my phone as a little bit. ALIL and then BIT, all spaced out.
Oh,
a little
funny.
bit, because that's how he says Elizabeth. A little bit, come here. A little bit.
That is hella funny. I have her in my phone as Pooh Hefner Malone.
Nice. I have her as a little bit of Stan, because it makes no sense. And like, I remember Dak was asking me this a couple months ago. He's like, "Why is that her name in your phone?" And it's so weird because it kind of evolved over the last couple of years of just a little bit, and then it went. Well, it was Pooba, and then it went to a little bit, and then Dad always wanted to call her Stanley. So I would make fun of her and be like, "Hey Stanley, come on," or whatever. And then it turned to Stan. And then it turned into the Eminem song, Stan. And then I was just like a little bit of Stan. And then it just kind of evolved.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Super weird.
I'm going to save her number on my phone one of these days.
Oh, fuck off. So, did you hear that Amber Heard is going to be in the new Aquaman movie?
Well, the thing is, they filmed it before the defamation trial.
But they put out the trailer with her in it and confirmed she's going to be in the
No,
movie.
I know that. I'm saying they filmed it beforehand, and it's not worth it to them. They don't care enough to
pull
refilm
it.
every shot that she's in.
That's why.
Because they filmed it all beforehand. So
I didn't know that.
I mean, the amount of millions of dollars it would take to reshoot probably every scene.
Yeah, but do you
like,
think people are going to boycott that showing?
I don't think people care enough anymore. We'll see if it re-sparks. But, like, people's attention span is so fucking thin. I mean, I want to watch it because I love Jason Momoa. And I love Aquaman. The first one was sick. But I mean, like, even before the defamation trial, I hated her character. It was trash.
She was trash.
But, like, Jason Momoa is sick. And I wish it would, like, hopefully in number 2, like, I want it to be, like, more Islander heavy. Like, I wish it was more, it got more into that. I think that'd be fucking sick.
That would be cool.
I think they will be going to that area, right?
DC seems so messy.
Yeah, well, the James Gunn in DC right now, and he's changed everything up. Because he's basically redoing so much stuff to where he's trying to build the MCU, rebuild it, like actually be like, dude, like we have to invest the time. We can't just try to crank out 3 movies and then put out Justice League. Like Avengers laid out a fucking whole timeline and put in the fucking hours, put in the work to make sure that they've released a fucking really good product and really built up to the fucking with the Infinity Saga. But he's talking about bringing back Static Shock. And he's talking about all these like things, like he's really gonna do it. And it's I saw this meme where it was like a picture of Ezra Miller in Flash, and be like, oh yeah, it's gonna be 2.5 hours of Ezra Miller pretending to be a good person.
Yeah, dude, that guy sucks.
Yeah, I know, and I freaking loved him in freaking Perks.
Yeah.
Wallflower, but he's a terrible person.
Did he just like punch some girl in the face?
He dropped her. He grabbed her and he yoked her down and shit. But
there's a lot of other things.
There's a lot of other things.
There's
He
a lot
keeps
of other
doing
things.
shit. Like he's just hella unhinged.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. I saw this video. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. I saw this video and it was like fuck, I don't even remember where it was. It was just some stupid little security cam video, in this building, and this lady's like pointing at this guy, like super pissed or whatever, and like basically cornered him in his office. And he just goes, bah! And like punches her in the face.
Oh, yeah. He got off.
Yeah,
he got off because
she cornered him.
I was like, that's what I'm talking about.
Right?
I was like, maybe you shouldn't have punched her.
Maybe you should have punched her. That's the same
like,
that I had.
But like, dude, I mean, at least somewhat, like when the police officer got there, be like, so you cornered this person in office. And you were like aggressive.
And she's like, this is my Rosa Parks moment.
Yeah.
And it was just like some crazy stuff. I guess she came. First of all, it was at a Target. That's where it was.
Yeah.
She came into a Target. She was at the cashier. She was going through it. Her check was like over $1,000. Yeah, over $1,000. And she goes, I can't pay for this. I don't have the money. But she said something like, I'm entitled to have this because of what my Well, my
I didn't
history.
hear that part. I didn't.
Yeah.
All I heard was she
Did
couldn't
you-
afford it, and then I stopped reading.
Yeah, but she basically was like saying like, could you get a supervisor over here? And so the supervisor comes over and she's like, how may I help you? And she's like, I can't pay for this right now. She's like, would you like us to set it aside? And she goes, no, I just want it. I think I deserve it. And like went into this whole spiel of like why she should earn it. And then she was like, well, we sometimes do like, you know, I think it was like grants or whatever. And she's like, maybe we could set up something. You can come back tomorrow. And she's like, no. I just want it now. And then basically like fucking corners this guy into his office. And then he just fucking swings on her. And I don't know. At first it's kind of jarring. Because, I mean, seeing a man punch a woman is jarring in itself. You know what I mean? And then,
He's such a small, feeble man, I think.
in that moment, though, like, fuck, like, you know, what are you gonna do? What? That was his choice, was press A, left hook. Like,
what else would you have done? Like,
yeah.
what else did
I
you
mean,
want to
in
do?
my head, a push, but then that starts a fight, right? She'll
Yeah.
come at you. If you knock her out.
I mean, homeboy could have just, like, we know she was wearing, like... Homeboy, all he had to do was like step on her foot and push, and she would have fell to the ground, and that's it. Like it would have been fine.
I think even if he ran around her, I don't think anything would happen. To be honest, but like, who's to know now?
Yeah, hey, maybe if you just would have walked out of the room.
yeah, like, that's where
I mean,
I'm at.
obviously she is insane though too.
He just got
Yeah.
done doom scrolling, and he
Yeah.
saw the meme of Finn Wolfhard, the
I don't know. I thought that was pretty crazy in itself. Like, at all points wrong. You know what I mean? Fuck. I don't know.
Shit.
Did it turn off?
It just turned off.
It better have. If the camera goes off, he does like a screenshot of the worst photo of you, and then puts the audio over it. I mean, that's what he did to me.
It's fine. Well, it's fine because Jasper hasn't said anything since it went off. It went off like a minute ago.
Okay, cool.
We're chilling.
All right, guys. Would you rather have super sensitive taste buds or super sensitive hearing?
Hearing.
Really?
Yeah, because I feel like if you have super sensitive taste buds, eating becomes so much more difficult. And eating out, it's like you're gonna taste everything.
So you just have like headphones on every time you leave?
Yeah,
noise canceling headphones, or just buy the new AirPods.
Mm.
Probably.
Okay.
Imagine you could just turn the volume to 1 and you can hear it.
Yeah. Hey, volume's on 1, and you're like, God, fuck.
That's what I'm saying.
Do we have 0.5?
You can never enjoy listening. Like, what if you're at the ocean and you're just like, because it's like, whoa, yeah.
Actually, yeah, you know
I don't know.
what?
Now that you said that, maybe
Maybe
it
I
spoke
would
too
do
hastily,
What if
dude.
you're shitting and you just hear your asshole rip?
If it's so sensitive, all you hear is the... That's so funny.
I wouldn't be able to sit in a waiting room
Oh, gosh.
and hearing all the noises coming from everyone. That
Oh
would
my
drive me
gosh.
crazy.
Yeah, that would be pretty crazy.
I think I'd have to go with sensitive taste buds.
I think so too.
And then I would just have to eat super healthy, clean food because I'd taste it like in detail.
Yeah.
'Cause
I mean, if
processed
anything,
foods
it'd
would
be
know-
more of a telltale.
Yeah.
Because,
Processed foods probably taste like...
I mean, honestly,
like
though,
dog
any
shit.
food in the fucking United States is poison, so.
Yeah.
Would you rather never get angry or never be envious?
Envious.
Really?
I think my fatal flaw is comparing myself to everyone.
Yeah.
And like where I rank amongst every other man that's around me. And that's what's like the root of a lot of my anxiety. So if I could get rid of that, it's like, it's okay to be angry
Oh,
sometimes.
it's 100% okay to be
You know,
angry.
and I think anger sometimes fuels the right things. It's oftentimes like the wrong things, but I think it's needed. But envy, there's no room for it. There's no need for it. You don't gain anything from it. I mean, some people get motivated, but
That's
it's
what I
not.
was
It's
gonna
not.
say.
It's not the type of motivation that sticks around.
No, for sure.
It's a negative.
Because it's for the wrong point.
Exactly, it's the wrong reason.
You're. Sorry, I'd let Jasper answer.
Oh, I was just gonna say probably definitely envious.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like anger is a easier, more controllable emotion.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. And I would also think, like, yes, like, when I did think of envious being a, like, what good could come from being envious?
Mm-hmm.
Because you know what good can come from being angry is when you're angry, you'll be able to I mean, like, obviously, like, you won't be able to process the feelings that well, but then once it fades, you know why you're angry, you can work through it, but also envious, nothing comes from insecurities, playing on those, what you don't have and what other people do, and, yeah, I agree.
I saw this TikTok, and this guy was talking about how, the sooner you stop caring about how you're seen or your place in the world and all this stuff is the sooner that you finally get to meet yourself and you finally get to do something with your life and be who you really are. Mm-hmm. It's like you have to like stop looking elsewhere. You really have to. The only thing you compare yourself to is compare yourself to who you were yesterday rather than who someone else is today, because everyone's on a different path. You have no idea what it took to get there.
Yeah, like, exactly. I agree. Makes a lot of sense. I feel like also with stuff like that, like you're saying, like someone's journey is not yours, and so their position in life, whether or not you're envious or whatever towards them, it wouldn't make sense for that to be your outcome. Mm-hmm. So if anything, it's just like it's a waste of time
100%,
in itself. All right. Would you rather speak to animals or speak 10 foreign languages?
10 foreign languages.
I'd rather speak to animals.
I was going to say animals.
Other people. Yeah.
Wait, do I get to do I get to choose the languages?
I don't care. It just says 10 foreign languages.
10 foreign languages. I would choose that.
I mean, you could definitely do a lot with that, but I feel like, imagine how life would be if you could talk to animals.
How depressing would it be? To be able to hear their thought, be able to talk to them, and then what? It's just like, my land's being taken away.
I might get
deforestation's
killing me.
There's only like 50 of us left.
Yeah, but
really sad. Yeah. Or I could be like talking to like Paco down in the fucking Caribbean and be like, more fucking margaritas, please.
I mean, maybe, but like also like I guess where my head went was like, reincarnation. And I'm curious to see if you can talk to animals and hear about past lives. Like, if that is something that they can remember. Or,
okay, for 5 minutes, and then and then what are you going to do with that information?
Johnny, I feel like there's a lot more connections to be made than just hearing about a dog not getting his treat.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. But what happens if... Like, say we're next to each other,
Good
right?
Lord.
You chose
I like how he raised
animals.
his voice so that I would shut up. Thank you, man. Go on, you have the floor.
So, think about, we're next to each other. You get the animal thing. I get the 10 languages thing.
Oh my god, what if the dog speaks Spanish?
So,
you're like, hello. They're like, hola, ¿cómo estás?
Jasper, you're so good at the freaking fake Spanish, bro.
Almost sounded real.
And it's so like, and then what if it wasn't reincarnation? They don't really have that much to talk about. But like in my head, I think I could be way more successful in life if I'm able to communicate with all these different languages, just like business-wise. I'm thinking about money.
Yeah, honestly. Of course you are. Also, I mean, think of the fucking reality TV show of me talking to animals, bro. Money it's in my pocket.
It's literally like everyone makes fun of her because they think she's crazy because like, oh yeah, she's talking to animals. All you hear is,
and I'm like,
and then that's it. And then she's fucking, and then like, he said he wants some food.
He said he can't reach his dick. Can someone scratch it?
Good. Real.
How'd the monkey like the banana?
He really liked it. You're just trying to prove to everyone you can speak to animals.
What kind of intellectual conversation am I gonna have with a squirrel?
To be able to prove that you can talk to them.
Nuts are hard.
Okay, but hold on. Think about this, right? It could be Dog Whisperer meets The Office, right? And like she shows up to someone's house and they're like, "We just need to know what he's thinking." She goes down, like, "How are you doing?" He's like,
"Stop putting peanut butter on your dick."
Your husband touches me inappropriately.
And she's like, "Okay, we're leaving. We gotta get out of here."
Oh my god! And just like looking
You
at
like
the camera,
solve
like
you like solve murders, Tim.
Exactly.
You go around solving murders of like dogs and cats that were around the shit, and then you like. Never mind, I was gonna take that way too far, but yeah. But but it'd be like the same as Forgetting Sarah Marshall and like the hyper sex crime fucking show that Sarah Marshall's in.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh god, that's so fucking funny.
Can you say checkmate?
Yeah.
What was it like? He's not gonna need that where he's going.
Yeah.
Honestly, although like think of it though with I just said squirrels, so squirrels have a photographic memory of everyone they meet, everyone they see. How crazy would it be if like you saw one squirrel and you could talk to them and then they're just like, "Oh, hey Tiff," like who's to say that they won't know you?
How would they know your name though?
I would tell them.
Oh, yeah.
I talk to animals.
How do we know they have photographic memory?
And also, huh?
Do they have photographic?
They have photographic memory.
How do we know that though?
Because
studies, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I studied it.
I asked them and they remembered that I said hello yesterday. Yeah. So photographic.
Yeah. Also, think of I mean, I feel like the one animal I would want to talk to is an elephant. I feel like they have very like similar. I mean, like, have you guys ever actually like learned about elephants? Like they mourn the losses of their own.
No, I know.
They have just as many emotions as we do, and it's like they have they have fucking paintings by elephants, you know, and like I don't know, they're just so amazing. I think they're just so great.
I know. I saw Tarzan.
That's so funny. No, freaking elephants are sick. I watched a documentary and it was talking about elephants and they do all these calls and stuff. So then like they have like group hangout sessions where they'll all come together in certain times and just hang out in the water and like hang out and then they'll all disperse again. And then but they always stay in enough area to where they can hear each other and then they just hang out.
Yeah.
It's sick. The same thing with like dolphins. Dolphins are way smart. Did you know that there's like there's a group of scientists or whatever that are trying to like they're figuring out like if aliens are real, or at least if aliens are making contact or coming around, if that's real, they're trying to say like they're doing a thing to figure out if they can
I don't think I can hear you.
You can't hear me at all?
No. Can you hear him besides outside your headphones?
Hello.
I can't hear you at all.
Hello.
Say it again.
Hello.
Mm-mm.
Have we not been able to hear him this whole time?
I can't hear it.
Turn me up. What am I at now?
You're at the same.
Can you hear me now?
No.
I feel like I'm hearing him, but I don't know if it's hearing from outside of the headphones or...
Listen real quick. Listen to me speak. Right? You can hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Listen to Johnny.
Listen to me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. I turned it up a little. Maybe that's what it was.
Okay.
You're good. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're okay. Okay, so they're talking about how this group of people are saying that if aliens make contact, it's like how would we be able to communicate with them? We have no way of communicating with these people that might not even verbally communicate, or the sounds they might use or something like that. There's a very good chance that they evolved in a different way than us. They don't have like vocal cords that create like sounds, so they're starting by like, since dolphins have the same intelligence as us and use more percentage of their brain, they're trying to learn and figure out how to communicate with dolphins based off of because they talk to each other. There's different frequencies of their calls and stuff like that. And so if they could figure out how to communicate with dolphins, then they could like somehow figure out to communicate with aliens one day. Isn't that crazy?
Did you see there was like a? I think it was Joe Rogan who posted it, and it was like saying that there's an outside threatening Earth right
yeah,
now.
the guy from Space Force.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talked to Congress.
Yeah.
Saying that there's a outside there's like a non-Earth
Well, the Pentagon released saying that there was a what looked to be a mothership that had entered our solar system, and it was roughly it was around the time that all those things were being shot down out of the sky. So over Canada, over Lake Michigan, and Alaska, those 3 objects that came and they were shot down. It was around that same time that the Pentagon released saying that there was a mothership looking situation like in our solar system.
Damn.
There was a I don't remember what state it was. It could have been like Arizona or something, but there was a ship or something that went across the sky of this this town, and it was so huge. It was like bigger than a couple of baseball field or football fields and stuff. It was huge. Apparently, it was like Independence Day big, right, from the movie, and just how no one talks about it, even though like everyone from the town saw it, everyone knew it, and it was like back before like actual cameras. I think there's some like VHS.
Are you talking about the Phoenix Lights?
I don't think so. Maybe,
No?
maybe could have been.
That was also a huge type ship. I don't know if it was one or like multiple upon multiple ships that flew across Phoenix.
It could have been that one. But I just listened to the Joe Rogan podcast where they like talking about the UFO crash in Virginia, Brazil. Insane. From 1996, there's this whole town where like people remember it happening. There was creatures that were seen by people, and the people that like have no reason to like lie about it, and the people that he had to like convince to come talk about it because they didn't want all the negative stuff to happen. There's one guy that actually died like a week or 2 after the thing because he I guess he was like got out of his car and he saw it, like one of the things walking, he like grabbed it and like pulled it into the car, and then he died from like some weird disease that they have no idea what it was, like within a week.
Is that your tummy?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was like, "There's an alien, bro." Yeah, and
Yeah,
so there
ketchup
was like
and
there was a
onions.
couple. But yeah, there was a couple creatures that were seen by multiple people, different eyewitnesses, and then like they had like people draw them out, and that's what like it resembled the ones from like Roswell. But there was actual proof that U.S. Military landed and picked up materials from the crash when they weren't allowed to. Like the local government like where like they were like, should we shoot them down? They're like, just let them land, and they landed, grabbed the wreckage, and then took off. But there was many people that had like saw the wreckage, and it was like they all had like the same basic it felt like the same materials as from the Roswell crash.
That is pretty fucking insane.
And there's a
it's
whole
pretty
documentary that he
absurd
made.
that U.S. just does things like that when it's not even in our fucking country.
Yeah. So we will see as things progress, but it's seeming more and more likely, honestly.
There's
It's at
so
least
many stories and accounts of sightings, contact made, and some kind of abductions. Like there's a story, and maybe next time I'm on, I'll actually have the whole story and I'll be able to tell you what happened.
Fuck yeah.
But the security guard or officer, I believe it was somewhere like Israel or something like that. But he was on duty, and he was abducted.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was just doing his regular patrols, and then nobody heard from him for hours, and then they found him in a ditch, like hours later, right? And he had like all these weird like scenes and stuff that he saw in his head, but like everything was normal, like back to normal. And then it was like a while later, like months and months passed, it happened again, and like it happened to the point to where like he's in his car and he's driving away from this bright light that's chasing him, and he's like driving as fast as he can, and then all of a sudden it's in front of him, and then he wakes up in a ditch again.
Damn.
And it's like it happens like 3 times
It's
in
like
this guy's
bro,
life.
like you gonna keep picking up the same dude? Like fucking set him somewhere nicer.
Well,
Like put him back in his car, dude. He's waking up in the
I
same
think one of those
dead.
times he was back in his car, like, but it was like a messed up situation.
That's terrifying.
I'll try to find the story.
Have you ever
And,
seen Horse Girl?
Tell you about it. No.
Hella good.
Hella good. What's her name? Allison Brie. I think it might still no, it's not on Netflix.
It's a Netflix original.
Yeah, it's great film. It's not like scary. It's just like kind of like a thriller, but you'll be fine. You should watch it. It's basically what you just said.
Shit.
And it's pretty cool. It's a really good film. Would you guys rather be able to slide down rainbows or jump on the clouds?
How am I getting up there?
Obviously, if it's fucking possible. Good God. I mean, rainbow. You fall through rainbow into water. Like, we get it. But if you could, which one
I
would you
just
want?
like fucking clouds are tangible. You can get to them, but like you go to a fucking rainbow and it's like all of a sudden every time you take a step to it, it's a step further away.
All right.
But if it's
not
a,
even,
I
not
get
even,
it.
No,
I get it.
No. You are a damper on this, okay?
I want to jump on
Jasper,
clouds.
Give me a fucking rain cloud, I bet.
Okay, well, let's see
Swamp
if
cloud,
it was real enough to slide down a rainbow.
That's the point.
I would slide down the rainbow because there
And
might
then
be a
jump a
pot of
cloud.
gold.
I'll go into a pot of gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we're believing that a rainbow is like a reachable thing, there's got to be at that point in that make believe land. It's got to be a.
Why? What's wrong
gotta
with
be
you?
a pot of gold.
You can't even have a second of imagination. I know somebody who still thought clouds were like fluffy little cotton balls. So
It wasn't me. I'm laughing because it wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
But
it wasn't me.
wakey.
Honestly,
I know a grown adult that thought that fucking clouds were like cotton in the sky and you could touch it. Fucking dumb mother. It's crazy that person like bred though.
Oh my god, this is gross. Would
Don't
you
do that
rather
one.
eat rotten eggs or drink sour milk?
God.
That's awful.
Rotten eggs.
Rotten
I think
eggs.
my-
I guess.
Oh no, it's like that sulfur smell, huh?
Ooh,
Honestly, I
man.
would suicide.
I would commit
Just
suicide.
fucking kill
Kermit.
me.
Suicide. Nah, dude, that's disgusting. Let's not answer that. I don't even want to know what y'all would do. That's
I don't
gross.
want to choose between those. What else you got?
Because some of these are pretty cheesy, so I'm trying to find like the ones that are, more grab.
All right, let's
Ooh.
one more.
Would you rather one more?
We're at an hour.
We're at an hour.
Yeah, we're at 53 minutes.
All right, this is stupid. All right. Would you rather watch your favorite movie for the first time again, or would you rather listen to your favorite song for the first time again?
Movie.
That was really quick.
What movie would you rewatch?
Yeah, if you could for the first time. Oh, this is a good one.
If I could rewatch a movie for the first time again. Today, who I am today.
No.
Well,
Who
I'm
you
saying.
are tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought that. I would rewatch Perks of Being a Wallflower. I'd want to experience
Really?
who I am today and how I feel today. I think.
Interesting.
That is a hard ass question.
And he picked that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm
No.
just kidding. That's a great movie. Just really sad.
Tiffany would rewatch fucking Lovely Bones.
No. You know what? I think my head went to either something that was like super like kind of like a thriller suspense so that I could see a turn, you know, like not know what the turn's going to be or a comedy. And I feel like my head, because when you watch a comedy, you know all the jokes. It doesn't hit as hard. I think I'd want to watch Dumb and Dumber again for the first time.
Oh, that would be
I feel like
crazy.
that would be pretty fire.
I almost thought like what would the first time like rewatching like Harry Potter series all over again?
Mm-hmm.
That would be kind of crazy.
The only thing about,
I thought of that too.
The only thing about that though is I'm scared of now we're so old. Like I wonder if we would even if we'd like it as much, because it's like before we liked it so much because we were kids, and now it's like that
more of that
extreme nostalgic feeling towards it. And I wonder if now as adults we wouldn't like it as much, because I know like I didn't watch Star Wars until I was in like ending of high school, and I thought it was cool, but I would never like it as much as all those other people do it. And I think it's because maybe I was too old or was too hyped up.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it does. And I feel like there's a lot of, at least from how I watch it, if it's super cheesy, I kind of make fun of it. And, like, not that Harry Potter was cheesy, it's just when they were younger, like, the first 2 movies, I feel like were more on the cheesier side. Or, you know what I mean?
It got darker every movie.
Yeah, so I feel like as an adult, I feel like those movies, because they are kids, and it does feel a little bit more, you know, magical and childish, it instantly changes when they get older, and I feel like we'd still vibe with the movies fucking hard. Because they're, phenomenal. They're so good.
Well, we just bantered, y'all.
Yeah, we just bantered.
What'd you think, Jasper?
I think it was good.
Yeah. You want to come back on the show?
Yeah, I'll come back.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You got to come back to the alien story.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we guys.
I was going to say, I think Alex needs to be on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to go into conspiracies. We've been talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
Doing a little conspiracy type
episode.
Banter.
Come prepared.
Yeah. Well, this was real.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Jasper, for being on the show with us. And for everybody else, we will see you next time.
If you talk to animals, what would you say? Jasper.
I don't know.
What would be your first question about them?
I'd be like, why don't you listen?
Okay. You're talking to your dog Bronson.
What's wrong with you?
Calm down.
Why are you eating that?
Bye, everybody.
Bye.